Hello crafty friends, it's Donna here. In our last video, we made these 4 cards using the Animal Kingdom products, and today we're going to look at how to use leftover scraps to make another set of 5 cards. I'll leave a link to that first video at the top of the screen and also in the box below. You can find me all over the internet as Donna is Playing Paper, except on Instagram, where I'm Donna Doll 74. In case you missed the last video, these are the papers that we've been working with. I'm running them through now at double quick time. In the first video, we also used a few of these beautiful glossy embossed die cuts, and we'll use more of those in this video. After making this penguin card with its subtle hello sentiment, I had this strip of paper left, and I've cut that in half, and we're going to make 2 super simple cards with it. I've used some midnight blue shimmer cardstock, and I'm going to create a backing layer. And then I've chosen a sentiment from the Bright Days Ahead Embossed Sentiments. I'll glue my strip directly to the card base and pop up the sentiment with some foam squares. I want to create a little bit of movement across this card, and so I'm choosing to use some glitter enamel dots. You could use sequins or anything that you have in your stash. I'm just picking out some of the colours in that background paper and creating a general line from the bottom left to the top right of the card. That works really well for this paper because it's multi-directional. But if you have a paper that only goes vertically, you can see here that you can do the same thing and it works well vertically as well. This time the sentiment comes from the Rainbow Poppies set, and I've backed it with the same midnight blue shimmer cardstock. For the next card, I've taken that strip of patterned paper and sliced it up into 1/4 inch strips. Once I've got them cut, I'm just going to do a little bit of a mini jigsaw puzzle to make sure I've got them in the right order. And then I'll stick them to my card, leaving a tiny gap. I've also chosen to put one of my strips at the top. You could vary the size of the gap and where you put them, depending on what else you have to go on the card. For this card today, I want to use this lovely chameleon. And so I've left a fairly chameleon-sized gap between my strips. And I found a sentiment on an older set that's still available called What'll I Do, which says, "You brighten my day." And I thought that was perfect for something so bright. Here's another super simple idea, putting the strip down as is and using a large sentiment and a large image. Nothing really to show you here, it's that simple. Alright, on to the 5th and final idea, and this time it's going to take a little bit more scissor work. I'm using the lines made by these trees as a rough guide to cut this piece of background paper into strips. There's no particular rhyme or reason to which tree I'm using, but it's making some various strips. I've cut these strips along the black outlines of those tree trunks, and so to make me look a little bit more professional, I'm just going to colour the sides to hide that white cardstock, and also do a little bit of neatening out with the scissors. This is a great way to make yourself look better than you are. And I've chosen this enormous elephant for today's card, and I'm going to pop it behind some of those strips. So remembering which strips it's going behind, I'm going to glue them down either all of the way down, or in the case of the strip that I'm gluing at the moment, I'm putting glue just on the top, and I will leave the rest of it floating free for now until I get my elephant in. Once everything's glued down, I'll slide in my elephant and glue it down. Then I just need to glue the rest of those strips that are sitting above the elephant. I've decided to tuck the strips around his tusks so that the tusks will sit in front. But that's only a consideration if you're using this paper and this image. You can think of your own creative ways to combine strips and images to make a similar card. Once that's done and the ends of the strips have been cut off, I can decide where I want to put my sentiment. I've decided to put it down the bottom, and the right hand side of this sentiment is going to sit 2 layers higher than the left hand side because of those strips and the elephant. And so I'm just layering up some paper behind the sentiment so that it will sit nice and flush once it's all glued down. And that's it for today's cards. I hope you've enjoyed these ideas. I hope that you can find some ways to use them and to make the most of the scraps that you might have in your own crafty space. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see what's coming up next. If not, just walk on, that's fine. I'll be back soon with some more cards. Bye for now.